What's going on YouTube? azneyeswhitedragon here. So this is the deck profile for Kristya Turbo. Now all this deck really does is get out Kristya, and Kristya wrecks everyone's cookies, especially any Lightsworn variant. Pretty darn good. So I'll get on with the deck profile and I'll explain some of the things. So Kristya, you gotta run double Kristya because that's part of the deck. And then we have double Celestia, one Debris Dragon. Now Debris Dragon gets back Shire, it also gets back Marshmallow, it gets back Raikou, which is pretty darn good if you want to maybe go for Iron Chain Dragon, but pretty much use Debris Dragon to blow up the field, and then use Special Summon Kristya, and then works out pretty good, because once Kristya's on the field, no Gores, no anything, pretty darn good card. And then one Dimensional Alchemist. Now if your Kristya gets removed, and you summon Dimensional Alchemist, you could get back your Kristya. And if you special summon Kristya by adding, Dimensional Alchemist, you can kind of recycle Kristyas, and it puts your opponent in a Kristya loop, which basically means you will always have Kristya at every other turn. So then that way, they won't be able to special summon, but they can still just OTK you. So you got to be careful of that. But you've got some options to stop that. But we got Hecatrice. Now this just adds Valhalla, it just puts another fairy in the grave. Pretty good. 3 Herald of Orange Light, so you don't really need Valor in here because you're just going to be negating their effects and destroying their monsters, which is pretty good, because if you have like a set Hamster and they go for Trish, you can ruin their cookies. Or if you have a set Shire, next turn you have openings for Celestia, so you can just stop their monsters' effects. Pretty darn good, and it gets rid of the monster, which makes it a little bit better. Plus it puts 2 fairies in the graveyard, so that is pretty good. And then we've got Honest here. Honest is pretty good. Marshmallow, now this is just kind of her stall, and plus it's a fairy, plus it also is a Debris target, and I just like it. And then we got triple Raikou, and then 1 Sangan to search out, some of the cards. Maybe you need Honest, you need a Raikou, because your opponent has Kristya, and then you can't really do anything. And then 3 Cephalon, the Ultimate Time Lord. Now basically all it has, in order to be summoned, is you just have to have 10 monsters, doesn't really matter what kind of monsters. And then if Kristya's in your graveyard, you can special summon Kristya. Kristya's attack now becomes 4,000, so you can just go, okay, cool, 8,000, and then that will make game. If your opponent doesn't have back row or any monsters, or if they do have monsters and they're face-up attack, you can drop the Honest. But a pretty darn good card, and plus it's also another fairy. Then just 1 Shining Angel, just kind of works to get out some of the cards, get out Honest, get out Shire sometimes for the Celestia play. And then 2 Soul of Purity and Light. Now this card's special summonable. Also, if you have too many fairies to get out Kristya, or if you want to make a big push, maybe you can go Soul of Purity and then special Kristya, get back another fairy card, and then summon that. Pretty darn good. And then 2 Hamsters, because Hamster gets Raikou, and then you'll have a Raikou face down. Next turn you flip Raikou, and then you stack it for Celestia. Pretty darn good. Shire's also in here because of Valhalla, and I'll explain that once I get to that. Then we got a Charge just to make this deck a little bit faster, maybe get some more fairies. Then you got Dark Hole, Heavy, Reborn, pretty much staple. And then just 1 random duality, just kind of works. Cycle your hand maybe to get another Lightsworn, so you can activate a Solar Recharge or just set up essentially. Solar Recharge just kind of makes the deck super fast. Now this deck is really fast. All it really needs to do to win is just get out Kristya as fast as possible and as many times as possible if your opponent does get rid of it. And then you have 3 Valhalla, just so you can get out your Kristya. Now if you have no monsters, you can just special summon Shire, this card over here, and it is a Lightsworn. And then you sack it for Celestia, and then you can destroy some back row, and then maybe get your Kristya out safely. So pretty good card, Celestia. And then as far as extra deck, you got Chimera Tech, just in case you run into any bad players that have machines on the field and then leave Cyber Dragon in attack mode. And then we got Catastor, Arcanite, Double Black Rose, Bryanak, Colossal Fighter, Gaia Knight, Iron Chain Dragon, Light End, Mistworm, Scrap Dragon, Stardust, Thought Ruler Archfiend, and Trishula. You might want to put Levier or number 17. I just haven't updated this for the XYZ format. But essentially the deck is pretty much the same. All it does is get out Kristya, and then you sit on Kristya, and your opponent looks at his hand and is like, I can't do anything, Kristya's on the field. So a pretty darn good deck, and pretty fun to play. Super fast, so if you like Lightsworn, you'll probably enjoy playing this deck, just because it's unfair, plus it's kind of fast like Lightsworn. But thanks for watching, guys. Let me know how you like it, or if you have any suggestions for this deck, go ahead and leave a comment in the comment box. But thanks for watching, guys, Asian Eyes White Dragon, signing out.